The MacDonald Bridge Bike Ramp is a facility that allows access to the bikeway crossing the harbor. It takes the form of a paved ramp that mirrors the road connection between Barrington and the bridge, and is the only way on or off the bridge on the Halifax side if traveling by bike. In today's video, I'll showcase the bike ramp in both the inbound and outbound directions. As always, I'll be playing a game of +1 -2 along the way. Every time I encounter a piece of bike infrastructure that makes my trip safer or more convenient, I'll add a point. Every time I encounter something that makes my trip less safe or less convenient, I'll take away 2 points. You can keep track of how I think the trip is going by looking at the heads-up display in the bottom right-hand corner.
First up, the cross rides make it really easy to cross over from the Barrington Greenway. You do have to make one more crossing here to get over onto the ramp, and it can be a bit awkward because it is extremely tight. If you're coming down from North Street on this ramp to the left, then you do end up having to make the same turn with traffic coming down behind you on a blind ramp, so it's kind of awkward and not very safe. The ramp and the bikeway it leads to are bike only, so there's no pedestrians to dodge as you climb up the hill. Which is good because the hill is actually relatively steep. It's pretty common to see people walking their bike up it. But that actually just highlights the importance of this ramp even more. Without it being here, I would have to climb the North Street ramp to my right with motor vehicle traffic kind of zooming past me as I'm climbing up the hill. So I'm really glad this is here. And of course the paving is nice and consistent the entire way up the ramp, so that's nice. In the inbound direction, most of the pros and cons of the ramp are exactly the same. The one thing I do want to highlight is the fence. The fence exists for the sole purpose of preventing bike commuters from entering or exiting the bike ramp onto North Street. A consequence of this is that anyone wanting to use the bridge with a bike has to first go downhill, cross the urban highway that is Barrington to get to the Greenway, use the Greenway, cross Barrington again to get to the ramp, and then climb uphill again on the ramp, and then do the whole thing again in reverse on the return trip. That is not a convenient routing system. As a quick summary, the MacDonald Bridge Bike Ramp is an extremely useful piece of bike infrastructure as it lets you cross the harbor on the bridge. The big drawback is that this is, in a sense, more a piece of car infrastructure than bike infrastructure. It's designed to keep bikes away from the flow of traffic to make them go on and off the bridge as quickly as possible. And so it's not really designed with bike users in mind specifically. That's the major drawback. That's it for this week's video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.